another episode of the DNA of Professional podcast. We know each other by now, but Tareka Wheeler, your career and work life strategist, and I am really excited today to talk with you about leadership. In particular, I want you to stop hiding and I want you to unbox your ability to lead. At the beginning of this season, we talked about we're going to dig into the grind, confidence, and hustle, but honestly, what that means to you. And I think as leaders, or as aspiring leaders, or undercover leaders, because some of you don't realize that you are a leader right now in your space, in your field, in your industry, in your home, in your community, that there's a piece of it that is in the grind, there's a piece of it that's within confidence, and there's a piece of it that is within hustle. And I want you to think about that today as you're listening to today's episode. So we're going to talk about unboxing your ability to lead. Go grab that notebook if you don't have it already, because I really want you to capture some of the 5 key areas that I need you to open up the box and just empty it out and show up as this incredible leader in your space. I actually talk about project leadership quite a bit. And on LinkedIn, I have a newsletter that's the Unbox PM. I am a 20-year program project management leader and executive. I've been in the space for so long. And I'll be honest with you, while I can claim that now, I didn't realize that I was even in a leadership role. I didn't realize that I was even showing up as a leader until it was really called out to me from many mentors. That Tareka, oh my gosh, you're such an incredible leader. I'm like, who, me? I'm not a leader. I'm just working. I'm just doing what I do. But what I have found is that there are a lot of things that we do naturally as leaders that we don't even realize is a part of what makes us a great leader. Can you be born a leader? I actually think that you have to be in a space where you learn how to be an effective leader. And then I think you can also be in a space to where people mentor you to improve your leadership. But do you come out of the womb a leader? I don't think so. I think that has to be cultivated. I think you have to grow into being a leader, and you have to start owning the things that you have inside of you that make you a great leader. We talk about professional DNA, your defined natural ability to succeed. I think within your DNA, those things that you are just naturally good at, you kick butt at them all the time. I think a lot of those can also serve as great ways to become a leader. There are things that you do so naturally well that are incredible foundational pillars for being a leader, right? So let's talk a little bit about unboxing your ability to lead. Again, if you're not following me, please do so. Make sure that we're connected on Instagram, Tareka_the_strategist, and always follow me on LinkedIn, Tareka Wheeler, PMP. I was saying that on LinkedIn, I do have a newsletter. Would love for you to subscribe. I'm super excited about this community that I'm building of the Unboxed PM. And it's the Unboxed Project Manager. And it's talking all about project leadership, especially women in project leadership. And how can we be in a position that we stop playing so small and not unboxing the incredible potential that we have to lead authentically, to lead from a place of energy and passion and innovation, instead of trying to lead in this little box in what someone defines as a leader. You are a self-defined leader, and you can show up in an incredible way to lead and influence others. You don't need a book to tell you that you are a leader. You need a person to tell you are a leader. You need to be able to look inside and unbox some of that incredible energy and potential that you have and the skills that you have so that you can show up and lead the way I know you can, and you should know you can. Why? Because there's elements and pieces of you that you feel pulling on you to lead. And I want to talk about that, okay? I want to talk about that ability that you have that's been pulling on you to lead. So either you are currently a leader, or you are an aspiring leader, or you are an undercover leader, and we will uncover that and unbox your ability to lead today, okay? That's what today's conversation is all about. So let's talk about the first key area, the first key thing. As a leader, you have an ability to motivate others. You have an ability to pull out the best in them, right? And a lot of that comes with how you show up with confidence. Individuals love to have a confident being, a confident individual, a confident model that they can follow and that can influence the way that they are operating, the way that they are working. So as a leader, I want you to think about, or as an aspiring leader, I want you to think about, how am I showing up with my team? How am I showing up with my individuals that I am working alongside with every single day, right? Do I have the ability to motivate them? Where have I motivated them? Do I have the ability to pull out the best in them, right? And I guarantee you, if you take a look inside, the answer to that for many of us is yes, because you're showing up confidently every single day. You're demonstrating and articulating in meetings, in internal working sessions, in documents or deliverables that you're submitting, and you're showing that it can be done. You are a motivating figure in your team or within your organization. And because you are that motivating figure, you are helping people actually pull out their best. All because you are showing up, motivating them in a very confident way. So one way to unbox your ability to lead is to look inside and be sure that you are showing up confidently and that you are positioning yourself to motivate and encourage and empower others so that they can do their best work, so that they can do great work. That's the way we unbox our abilities to lead, right? We dig in and we say, okay, I know I'm a motivator. I know that I am an influencer and that I can motivate people to do great work. Okay, let me do more of that. Let me position myself to do more of that. I remember early in my career, I was in a credible job where I had an opportunity to motivate individuals, and I didn't even realize that I was doing it. I was a leader of a grassroots coalition in Austin, Texas, which is where I'm from. And in doing so, I just thought I was showing up and doing my job. I had applied for this job. I was pushed to apply for this job. I was so excited to make this big transition move in my career. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be the coordinator. And I was planning events. I was developing strategies and ideas. I was working with stakeholders and community members all around the Central Texas area and within my Austin metropolitan area, and doing all of this in the name of child safety and trying to prevent childhood injuries. And it was great. And it was so much fun. And I loved it. Little did I know that I was a leader, right? I had attached myself to the title of coordinator. So I felt like, oh, I'm just coordinating. You coordinate. If you know from that movie, but you got to coordinate, right? I was just coordinating. I didn't realize that I actually was leading until I was told, someone, a really great mentor in my life said, you're such an incredible community leader. Who's a community leader? You are an incredible community leader, Tareka. We thank you for your leadership. Me? I'm just a coordinator. I don't even have my degree yet. What are you talking about? Right? I was equating my ability to be a leader to the letters behind my name, or the fact that someone gave me a title that insinuated leadership. But really, because I was motivating a coalition of individuals and organizations, I was in a position of leadership. I was in a position of leadership. And here's the secret. I'm going to come in really close. Here's the secret. They knew it, but I didn't. How many of you know that you're leading? Great. But how many of you don't know? And this is what today is all about. I need you in this episode to think about tapping into what it is you're doing in your day-to-day. And I guarantee you're going to find that there's a leader inside of you that is screaming to be unboxed. Screaming to be unboxed. And one of them has to do with your ability to motivate and influence people to do great work. Okay? Another one, building trust. Building trust. Your ability to build trust is huge. This, to me, takes quite a bit of hustle. I believe that building trust takes a little bit of hustle, right? Right up here. It takes a little bit of hustle. And the reason it takes a little bit of hustle is because you have to engage and interact and build relationships with individuals so that they can begin to trust you. They can trust your advice. They can trust your guidance. They can trust your insights. They can trust the strategies or ideas that you put forward. They allow themselves to be influenced by you because they trust you. So unboxing your ability to build trust is going to help you unbox your ability to lead. How do you gain trust from others? How do you gain trust from your team members? Are you seen as a trusted advisor? Are you seen as a trusted team member? What is it that you're doing to do that? You may say, Tareka, oh my gosh, I don't even know. I don't know if I'm trusted or not. I think I am. Well, are people consistently coming to you and asking you for your thoughts and your ideas and your opinions? Are they consistently saying, you know what, you're the go-to for this particular task, or you're always the go-to for these types of projects? If so, there's an inherent trust there that's being built, and you don't even realize you're doing it. So how can you take a step back and say, okay, well, what is it that I'm actually doing? One, you're probably being consistent, and you're constantly showing up, and you're constantly delivering value. You're constantly making sure that you are doing what you say you're going to do. And when you can deliver and do what you say you're going to do, or you say you're going to deliver, you are building trust. And you're positioning yourself for others to not only listen to you, but to trust you. To trust you. And that is what leaders do. You are able to push people into a position of believing in you and trusting you. And that takes hustle, because you have got to engage with multiple different people, with multiple different personalities at different levels within your company and your team and your organization. And that takes some hustle. And you got to do all of that and also get your day-to-day job done. But when you do that, you are really unboxing your ability to lead, because you are showing that not only can I engage with individuals, or I can manage and interact with stakeholders, but I can also get them to trust me. And getting them to trust you is invaluable. And it definitely is a way for you to unbox your ability to lead, right? Because you're able to demonstrate that others trust you, and you know how to build trust. Yeah. Let's talk about another thing that I really need you to unbox. And this one is huge, because I believe that it's one of the most important things that we have to do as leaders and as aspiring leaders, and that's communicate effectively. Unboxing your ability to lead is about making sure that you are communicating in an effective and an efficient way. And it's not just how articulate you are. It's not just about the words that are coming out of your mouth, but it's about you being thoughtful and strategic about what you're saying. Because the whole idea of communication is that the receiver of the communication, right, understands what you're saying and can apply what you're saying to whatever it is they're doing. As a leader, I've been in places where I felt like, am I talking to an empty room? And I had to take a look into myself, because honestly, the secret is communicating for me. For those of you guys who are listening, you can't see that I just leaned in, because I just needed you to hear that I wasn't communicating with the receiver. I was communicating for me. I was saying what Tareka wanted to say. I was going by my notes that I had and what I wanted to get across. What I wasn't thinking about is, what is the desired outcome that I'm looking for? What is it that I want my team to do? And am I communicating in an effective and efficient manner with the intent for them to understand and not just hear the beautiful words that are coming out of them? Sometimes it's not about having this beautifully prepared speech or PowerPoint presentation, or proving that you can put together a subject and a predicate together in a sentence. Sometimes, actually all the time, it is about the receiver understanding what it is you're trying to communicate, what it is you're trying to articulate to them, so that they can go take action on it. They have to understand you. And if I don't understand who's leading me, it's very difficult for me to follow them. It's very difficult for me to allow myself to be influenced by them. So in unboxing your ability to lead, I need you to reach down into that box and pull out effective and efficient communication. Communication is everything. When you are not able to effectively communicate something, 9 out of 10, the result of the communication is not going to end up the way that you intended it to be, right? In my world, in my space as a project, leader, program management executive, I'm in this space of making sure that requirements are clear. If your requirements are not clear, if your customer requirements are not clear, if your team's requirements are not clear, then the end outcome, the deliverables are not going to be right. And then we risk, impacting schedule, we risk impacting budget, we risk impacting overall scope of the project because we lack an inherent understanding of the requirements. Why? Because they were not effectively communicated. They may have been said, they may have been written down, they may have been spoken out loud, but was it effective? Did we go back and validate that the receiver of the information actually understands what's being asked of them, what's being told to them that they need to go do? So effective and efficient communication is important. And as a leader, you got to understand that you're able to do that. And you got to reach down into that box and pull that thing out, right? And make sure that effective and efficient communication is at the top of your list in order for you to be a really good leader that knows how to communicate with their team, right? Because effective communication is going to set them up for success. It's going to set you up for success. It truly is. Okay? So let's talk about another ability here. Unboxing your ability to lead is also about you creating a positive work environment. I don't know about you, but I don't tolerate anymore working in toxic work environment. And I used to. I used to think that, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Everybody's different. Everyone has different personalities, and it's okay. And I just need to do better. I just need to do my job, and it's okay. And it's not okay. Tolerating a toxic work environment or promoting a toxic work environment is so ineffective, and it's dangerous. It's dangerous because you are impacting the lives of others. You are impacting the emotional and physical well-being and mental well-being of others. When you are either creating a negative work environment or you are contributing to a negative work environment or a toxic work environment. So as a leader, you have an ability to create a positive work environment, a positive work experience. Notice, I did not say that environment's not going to have a lot of pressure. Doesn't mean that's not going to be a fast-paced environment. Doesn't mean there's not going to be a lot of hard work that has to get done. But it means that it is a safe space. It's a positive working environment that individuals actually desire to come into and perform. There's nothing better than having a team that will grind and hustle for you because you are creating a positive work environment. Yes, we have a lot of things going on. Yes, we have a tall order here with our customer, our client, or just within our organization. But when your team has your back, a lot of times it's because you are creating an environment that they can thrive in. You're creating an environment where they feel supported, a space where they feel like there's psychological safety. They can think out loud. They can speak and not be, negatively impacted or penalized because of what they said or what they didn't say. They can fail out loud. It's okay to fall, but then let's learn from that so we can improve the way we move forward. As a leader, you have got to create a positive work environment that fosters a safe space. As a child, what do we learn? They tell us to treat others the way you want to be treated, right? Lead others the way you want to be led. Create environments that you want to work in. Create a space that is going to facilitate positivity, a space that's going to facilitate a culture of learning and development, a space that is going to be one that others desire to come into and work alongside you, right? That is so important, so important. And if you can reach down in that box and pull that out, it is absolutely going to help your ability to lead. It is not just about what work has to get done. It is also about where the work is getting done, and not geographically where the work is getting done, but the environment of the work, where the work is getting done. That's important as well. Okay. My last thing that I want to talk with you about, and this one is huge, and I'm a big proponent of coaching and mentorship. I work with clients all the time on how they can develop their visions and their goals and action plans for moving forward, in their careers or even in their businesses. A lot of clients of mine are operating in this space where they're in a corporate role and they're working in a 9 to 5, but they are also building a business and looking to build a legacy for their family. And I love that. I relate to that. I do that myself. One of the things that I am just, gosh, I'm so passionate about this. It's just education and learning, right? Growth and development. And I think that when you, as an individual, as a leader, believe in growth and development, you have an ability to lead others through this lens or this space of growth and development so that they understand that their professional development is important to you. Their growth is important to you. The way that they are contributing to the team, the way they're contributing to the organization is important to you, right? I believe that you have to learn new things constantly. You're constantly a student, right? When you stop learning, I believe you stop leading, because you should always be in a position to where you want to learn new things for yourself, but also that you can continue to influence and drive and lead and motivate those who are working alongside of you, those who are working with you. How can you do so if you're not constantly learning and constantly growing and developing? So the ability to encourage growth and development as a leader is so powerful. It's so powerful. I can remember where I was managing a team and I talked about professional development all the time. I encourage the team to find things that you want to learn. What are things that you want to grow in? Are there skills that you currently have that you want to kind of upskill and evolve? Are there brand new skills that you want to learn? What's a new platform or software that you want to learn? Trainings that you might want to do, etc. And I will tell you, some of the team was very receptive to that, but others just couldn't connect with it. And they felt like, I don't have time for that. And I've had so many of those team members who have engaged with me after, we're no longer working together to say, thank you so much for really stressing the importance of professional development, stressing the importance of growth and development. I get it now. I get why that was so important. I get why I should be leveraging the resources, or should have leveraged the resources within the company in order for me to grow professionally. So many times, guys, as professionals, you're leaving stuff on the table within your company. There are so many professional development or career development resources within organizations that they will pay for certification for you. They will pay for trainings for you. You may not even realize that there's an allotment, that you are entitled to as an employee to help you with things like tuition reimbursement. As a leader, learn what those things are within the company and share those with your team members. Share those with those that are working alongside of you and encourage them to grow, encourage them to develop. It's not only going to support them as an individual, but it's going to support you as a leader. The stronger your team is, the stronger you are. The stronger you are, the stronger the organization is, right? So I really want you to think about that. You unboxing your ability to lead is also about others' growth, and you investing time and energy in promoting a culture of growth and development. Unboxing your ability to lead is not easy, but unboxing your ability to lead, if you are a leader or an aspiring leader, is necessary. And it takes a lot of confidence, takes a little hustle, and it takes you being willing to dig in and grind so that you can motivate your team members, right? So they can do great work. And you have that inside of you. You're likely doing it right now, maybe indirectly, but you can be more intentional about it. That you are building trust and continuing to build trust and finding ways to ensure that you are maintaining trust not only across your team, but across other leaders in your organization. That you are communicating effectively and efficiently. And you're communicating not just to hear yourself talk, because you're just so freaking articulate and smart, but you want to communicate effectively because you want the receiver, the end user, to understand so that they can take it and apply, right? They can take it and apply, and they really get what you're trying to give to them. It also is going to just help productivity, because if you can effectively communicate and everybody understands, then they're going to be able to go and do, and there's not a lot of rework or inefficiencies that are happening because you are effectively communicating and validating that your receiver actually understood what you said and the intent in which you said it. And then creating that positive work environment. Again, lead the way you want to be led. Be a catalyst for positivity and empowerment, and be in a place where you are concerned about your team and your organization's culture when it comes to mental and physical and emotional health of your employees, of your team. A leader cares. A leader is empathetic. A leader is not just thinking about that person as a resource, that person is an FTE, that person is filling a seat. A leader is thinking much broader. That is an individual that trusts me to lead them. And I need to create the right environment that is going to foster positivity, creativity, innovation, right? And then I want you to be in a space to where you are helping others grow and develop. As a leader, that's important to you, that you are pouring into them and they understand that your growth is one thing, but their growth is another, and it's so important to you. You are focused on your own growth as a leader. If you weren't, you would be listening to this episode, right? But you also want your team to know that you are focused on their growth and their development, them improving and upskilling and becoming their best and unique self, them discovering their professional DNA. What are their defined natural abilities to succeed, right? As a leader, as an aspiring leader, these are key things. These are key things that you can do, that you should be doing, that maybe perhaps you are doing somewhat, but you can now be more direct and proactive and intentional about them, that you can unbox your ability to lead. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that I was serving as a leader today for you to help you understand that the DNA that you have inside of you, right? Your defined natural ability to succeed, your professional DNA can be leveraged in a way that allows you to unbox your ability to lead, to reach down inside of yourself and pull out those things that help you show up and show out as the best leader that you can be, as the best aspiring leader that you can be if you're on this leadership journey. And that you're in a position where you are committed to being confident and modeling what you want to see from those who are working with you, that you are not afraid of a little hustle and you're not afraid of grinding a little bit so that you can motivate, you can influence, you can communicate effectively, you can create the right environment, and you can empower others to grow and develop around you. I hope this episode was helpful for you. Be sure that you are staying connected. Follow us on Instagram, Tareka_the strategist. Connect with me on LinkedIn, Tareka Wheeler, PMP. I'd love to hear from you. Be sure that if you're watching, you subscribe. We want to get our subscribers up, and I want to be sure that you don't miss an episode that gets launched here. And then if you're listening, be sure that you leave us some feedback. Leave us a rating. Give us 5 stars. Let us know that this podcast is not just a podcast, but it's an opportunity. It's a space. It's a community that is helpful for you, helping you on your journey as a professional. Guys, you know how I feel about you. You have everything inside of you to be your best and your unique self. What is that? Your professional DNA, your defined natural ability to succeed. Until next time, bye.